Good evening once again. Welcome to the Athletics and Wellness Center on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference basketball tonight. The Quakers will look to go to 1-1 in conference play. They'll take on the Beavers of Bluffton University. Earlham coming in at 3-3 following their loss to Anderson on Saturday. Meanwhile, Bluffton 5-1 overall. They're also 0-1 in the HCAC. We'll scout this Bluffton team coming up a little bit later. Quakers out-rebounded in their last game. That's going to be a huge, huge key for them again tonight. A Bluffton team that is about the same size. So both teams really undersized in this one. So the Quakers got to find a way to get into the rebounding department here tonight to get that first win in conference play. This, once again, is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Great to have you with us on this Wednesday night for college basketball as the Quakers look to get to their second win, or should say their first win in conference play and go to 4-3 overall. When we come back, we're going to talk with head coach Jason Polikoff. We're going to get his thoughts about where his team is right now. Still some injuries to deal with. They're not quite 100% going into this one here tonight, so that'll still be a concern. So they'll have to at least shorten up that bench a little bit for tonight's matchup. So we'll talk with the head coach coming up next. Stay right there. This is Earlham Men's Basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Hi, this is Troy Dargowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers, you know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power & Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power & Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power & Light. Together, we make powerful partners. Well, Coach, back home tonight after a tough loss to Anderson. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. Kind of take me through it. I looked at the statistics, and maybe the one that stuck out the most was the rebounding, which is something you've talked to me before that might be kind of a concern.
Yeah, no, it for that game, and I've we've watched film, we've learned from it, but from that game it was a lot of factors. We kind of stuck to our game plan defensively the first half. Did a good job the first half. Held them to 31 points. It's a team that averages upper 80s. So we were really pleased with that, but we didn't come out with the same kind of effort, energy, and whatever defensively in the second half, and they kind of ran away with it. They scored 50-something points in the second half, and you give any team, let alone a team like that with that much firepower, 50-something points in a half, you're going to have a tough time. So that's what it boiled down to. Some offensive execution issues, but all stuff we're going to learn from.
You know what, and you know this, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know. This is a weird game sometimes, isn't it? I mean, I know you sometimes wish you could go into the locker room knowing what might happen in the second half, but, what a difference between one half and another. Yeah,
I actually sometimes wish it wasn't a halftime. We could just continue to play for 40 minutes straight and not have to go into halftime because, we're going to figure it out, but we seem to have an issue where we come into halftime and we just come out flat in the second half, and hopefully we can figure that out sooner rather than later. Today would be a good day to do that. Yeah.
Is part of it maybe back to the same thing that we're still going to talk about, because it is still a process, and some of the young guys are still trying to learn how to first off go to school, be on their own a little bit, get to class on time, do all those things, and at the same time play basketball and do it for the entire game.
I mean that's always something you think about, but I've pretty much used that excuse up. So at this point with these guys, yes, we're very young, but I hold them to a much different standard, and to me, that could be a factor. But I just think we just need to be more mentally and physically tougher, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, and I believe this team will too, because when I watch them play, and I haven't seen them a lot, you're certainly more knowledgeable about this team than I am. You kind of get a glimpse of that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean we have there are spurts when we play, when you see this group, if and when they stick together for the next 2 or 3 years, how good we can be, and it's really, they're really getting used to each other still. So, if you look at guys that consistently have started, 2 of them are freshmen. One of them didn't play last year, even though he's a sophomore. Didn't play last year, so he's technically a freshman. Bringing freshmen off the bench, freshmen starting. So they're used to. They're trying to get used to each other, and you can see the glimpses of it. Now we got to make it more consistent.
Coach, when you look at the energy from those freshmen, I like what I see though, because they have such a freshness to them, and just want to get out there and really prove that they belong, don't they?
Oh yeah, and I think any player that ends up coming to Earlham knows the history of Earlham basketball. I'm not talking back to Del Harris. I'm talking about recent history, and there hasn't been a lot of success. So if they're coming here, they understand, I want to come here to help turn this program around. So, yeah, we've got mentally, kind of tough. We got guys that are competitive. We got guys that want to win, and they're coming here because they want to help turn the program around. So, starting with the freshmen, of course, the sophomores as well, and I think even the upperclassmen who have been here for the last 2 years, they're sick of the losing, so they're going to do everything they can to help us win.
Back to your defense for a moment. You forced Anderson into 21 turnovers, and that led to, I'm not sure how many points it was exactly, probably around 20, 21 points. But when you turn a team over 21 times, and if you can do that consistently, you're going to win a lot of games.
We have been doing a great job of that. Yeah, I believe that I think we're number 1 in the league in steals and all that. So we've been doing a good job of that defensively, which has been terrific. It's now we got to add the rebounding piece to it. Holding teams to one shot goes a long way. So, but yeah, I've been pleased with that aspect for sure.
I thought you shot well too. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought overall, at least from a percentage standpoint, it looked like you shot pretty well.
We shot better. Yeah. We shot better. I think we can always be better. Our execution could always be better, but yeah, we shot better, which is always positive. Putting us in a positive direction. Now, this team tonight is a very good defensive team, so this is going to be for us. We got to really, really be on our P's and Q's with what we're doing offensively.
We'll get to Bluffton after one more question. That is about health. I think I just looked out there a little bit ago and saw a few guys still sitting on the bench in street clothes. Will you have a couple of players back tonight?
Unfortunately, no, not from the last game, but we will have, we'll have at least one of them back within 2 weeks, another one possibly within 3 weeks. So they're slowly starting to get back into it. And there's some key players too. So it's going to be exciting getting some of these key guys back from injury to a group that's already been doing a pretty good job. It's you look down the line and you say, wow, we could be pretty good by the time the season ends.
Let me ask you, though, do you have enough minutes to go around when everybody gets back?
Well, they're going to have to fight for those minutes, and that's show me what you can do. Nothing wrong with a little competition.
No doubt about it. Bluffton, as you said, they're 5-1. They lose their last contest, but defensively, pretty good basketball team, and they got a couple of guys who can light things up too.
Yeah, no, they have been really solid this year, and they had started the season 5-0. Look offensively, they just high percentage. I mean, they're really patient. They're really smart, very well coached, and they make the most of what they have. They're not a huge team. They're just tough, and defensively, they also do a really, really good job. And we are really. This is going to be a dogfight tonight. We're going to have to really grind this out, and if we play and match their kind of intelligence and toughness. I like us. I think we have overall. We have I'm biased, better talent, and we might be younger, but I like our guys. But you can't. You got to come out and you got to play tough against these guys, or else you're going to be in trouble.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much, Troy.
Jason Polikoff, his thoughts about tonight's game. We're going to come back, talk with Sports Information Director. In fact, you still okay over here? Well, I'll get you in a minute, Mitch. Mitch Blankensport is going to join us. He's got a couple of things he's doing while we talk, and when we come back, we'll talk with Mitch about tonight's game as we continue right here on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Back once again here, the pregame show. We're moments away from Bluffton and Earlham, and Mitch Blankensport joining us, the Sports Information Director here at Earlham College. And big game tonight for the Quakers. They take on a Bluffton team, and certainly will be quite a battle here tonight.
Yeah, definitely, Troy. Bluffton team coming in as 5-1, but did drop their conference opener to Transylvania University. Pretty good. Transy's usually a team that makes the top 6 in the conference tournament, and they have to replace the league MVP from last year and an All-American, Thane Recker. I'm sure you remember an undersized post player, did a lot of things to him, but Austin Rohde's a pretty good player, averaging over 19 points a game, likes to slash, get the basket, can shoot the jumper, so Earlham's in for a tough one tonight.
Well, the Quakers lose to Anderson the other day, and for those that are listening a little bit ago, the one key area that was rebounding, and that might be something we're going to talk about a lot this year, but you look at these two teams right now, very evenly sized in this one tonight, so if the Quakers can rebound, get back in transition defense, and do what we have seen them do so far this year, is get a lot of steals, could be a win here tonight. Yeah,
definitely, Troy. You had a Richmond High School game there, so you weren't able to see that game against Anderson, but pretty competitive game. Earlham was actually up by almost, 10 points at one point in the first half, and Anderson they held Anderson only 30 points at halftime. We're actually up 32-30 at halftime, but then Anderson exploded for 54 second-half points or something along those lines and beat the Quakers by 15. As you said, rebounding obviously an issue. Earlham's they're an undersized team. Yeah. Daryl Hutchinson, very good post player for Earlham, but again stands at 6'3" on a very good day. I think he said that to you in one of his interviews with you earlier.
Yeah.
But Troy, the HCAC doesn't have a lot of size compared to other Division III conferences. Bluffton also a team that doesn't have a ton of size. You mentioned rebounding. Anderson. When I was looking over the box score of the Anderson Earlham game, everything is pretty even except for the fact that Anderson had 42 rebounds and Earlham had 21.
Yeah.
That's created a lot of second chance points, and that really ended up hurting Earlham this one. But if you look at the rebounding for this Bluffton team, they're actually 10th in the conference at just under 29 rebounds a game. Earlham at 33.2. Yeah. So I think whoever wins the rebounding game today should definitely I would hope would take this one, and hopefully that's the Quakers.
All right, let's talk about the women. They're on the road tonight. Talk about that matchup.
Yeah, definitely a very tough game. Bluffton defending conference regular season and tournament champions from last year. Rachel Binding, a post player, will give Earlham a lot of fits. Maya Looney will be unavailable in that game tonight due to an injury, so definitely be some post presence. But as you've seen this year, Troy, with the women, that's not their problem has not been defense. It's been offense, and that's kind of a reverse. I know you talked to Coach Iden about that, but the past 2 years, with Case and Spey, Earlham was a very offensive team, but close to last in the league on defense. Yeah. This year it's reversed. They're one of the better teams defensively, but struggle to put the ball in the hoop. They shoot a pretty low percentage and have turned the ball over quite a bit this year. Yeah. But also battling through some injuries. But that'll be a tough game. Expect some younger players to get some PT in that game, and I think Earlham's hoping to keep the game close, and anything can happen. Time winding down a close game.
Yeah, before I let you go, speaking of injuries, the Quaker men's basketball team still has a lot of guys sitting over there in their sweatsuits too.
Yep, definitely. Cheney Zolman and and Isaiah Ware, the notables that are out. Christian Camarillo, a freshman, and Bailey Stewart from Northeastern also out. Again, can't talk about why, but they're out due to injury, and so they will not be. They're not dressed tonight. So once those players get back, hopefully in a couple weeks, they'll definitely help the program out. But as you've seen, this team has been very competitive with the players out there. One person just shooting a layup. I'd like to point out, LeJay Kelly's been very impressive this year. Definitely a better football player and basketball player, and has kind of struggled. Always been a good defensive player, but struggled to score. He's done a very good job in the offense this year, and someone who has some size, he could be a big factor tonight.
Certainly can. By the way, Earlham.com, all the sports information, and keep up the good work, Mitch. We'll see you again.
Thanks, Troy. You as well.
All right, Mitch Blankensport, the sports information director here at Earlham College. We'll come back. We'll have the tail of the tape next. Stay right there. This is the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Let's go ahead and do the tail of the tape here tonight as we get set for the Beavers and the Quakers. The one thing you'll probably notice once we put up the tail of the tape with these two teams is they really are pretty evenly matched in many, many areas going into this one here tonight. The points per game right now favoring a Bluffton team who got off to a good start this year. They ended up 5-0 before losing to Transylvania in their last contest. The opposing points per game pretty even. You see the three-point shooting percentage is pretty even as well. Rebounds will favor, again, the Quakers in this one tonight. They are a better rebounding team statistically over the first 6 games than what we have seen Bluffton so far this year. The steals are different and the turnovers are different. Right now, the Quakers are averaging 16 turnovers per game. That is something they will really have to cut down in this one here tonight. And for this Bluffton team, they're only averaging about 11. So they will really control the basketball here tonight. And the Quakers' defense will certainly be tested, as will their offense here this evening. So that is the tail of the tape here tonight. We'll come back. We are moments away from the tip-off. Starting lineups are coming up in a moment as well. Stay right there. This is the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time, which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770. Back once again here, and once again the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Here are the starters for tonight's contest. First off for the Bluffton Beavers, Andrew Hunter is a 5'10 junior out of Arlington, Ohio. He wears number 5. Trey Elkert is a 5'10 senior out of Jackson Center, Ohio. He wears number 11. Also in the starting lineup tonight will be Martin Vitas. Vitas is a 6'3 sophomore out of Dayton, Ohio. He wears number 22. Jared Wentling is a 6'3 sophomore out of Cary, Ohio. He wears number 23. And Austin Rohde, a 5'10 senior out of Shelby, Ohio. He wears number 24. So again tonight for the Beavers, it'll be Hunter, Elkert, Max Vitas, Wentling, and Rohde. For the Quakers tonight, Nick Sands will start at guard. He is 5'9 and a sophomore out of Warsaw wearing number 2. Thomas Sanborn is a 6'5 freshman out of Crown Point. He wears number 20. Alex Topalovic in the starting lineup tonight as well out of Belgrade, Serbia, 6'5 and a sophomore. He wears number 24. Blake Bonin will get the start tonight as well, a 5'8 freshman out of Crown Point. He wears number 30, and the team's leading scorer, Daryl Hutchison, 6'4", and a sophomore out of Indianapolis, played at Crispus Attucks High School. He wears number 45. So again tonight for the Quakers, it'll be Sands, Sanborn, Topolovich, Bonin, and Hutchison. We'll come back. The tip is coming up in just a few moments. Stay right there. This is Earlham basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports. Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Square Donuts of Richmond. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and many, many more. Of course, grab their award-winning glazed donuts, voted #1 in the entire state, and proud to be your favorite donut shop. Home to the best donuts in town and the only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. Last time out, Quakers lost to Anderson 85-70. Heard us talk earlier with Mitch Blancaspor. The Quakers out-rebounded in that ball game, and they were also outscored in that second half. They gave up over 50 points in the second half, but the key was in the rebounding department. 42 rebounds for Anderson, 21 for the Quakers, though they did turn the Ravens over 20 times in that ball game. Daryl Hutchison, a career-high 21. Blake Bonin finished with 20 in that loss. So the Quakers hoping to rebound here tonight. Here's the latest HCAC standings right now. Anderson 2-0, Hanover, Transylvania, and Defiance all 1-0. Manchester, take that back, Mount St. Joe's 1-1 with Bluffton, Earlham, Franklin, Rose, and Manchester all at 0-1. Right now, Mount St. Joe has the best record overall at 6-1. Anderson and Hanover both at 4-1 overall. Quakers 3-3, right in the middle of the pack. Other games tonight: Rose is at Franklin, Transylvania at Hanover, Marion is at Anderson. Tough one tonight for the Ravens. In Manchester, they will be at Defiance. We're ready to get this one underway. Watch for Austin Rohde tonight, averaging over 19 points per game. He wears number 24, averaging not only the 19 points, but also shooting 51% from the field. And also Jared Wentling, number 23, is averaging 12.8 points per game. He, too, shooting well at 51%. By the way, Rohde had good ball games last year against the Quakers. Scored 26 in their first win, 72-61. And Rohde scored 32 in their second game, in which they won 80-70. So Austin Rohde has already had a couple of big games against the Quakers in his career. It will be Bluffton basketball as we are underway. Andrew Hunter, the junior guard out of Arlington, Ohio, on the drive in the baseline. Rhodey will kick it left side. Here is Max Vitas. And once again, Rhodey draws the double team from that Quaker defense. Bluffton trying to get back on the winning side of things. They won their first 5 before dropping their contest to Transylvania in conference play. Elkert will get it down in the corner. The shot way off the mark by Wentling, and that'll be a shot clock violation. So Bluffton with a turnover here in the opening half of play. Quakers will get the basketball for the first time. Good defense by the Quakers, forcing a shot clock violation. So Quaker basketball. At the point, Bonin once again. He's done a nice job stepping in as just a freshman out of Crown Point. Darrell posting down low and scores the first bucket of the ball game. Hutchison coming off that 21-point performance, and the Quakers lead this one 2-0. Here's Hunter with a basketball. Rhodey coming off that high screen. Rhodey driving down the lane. High arcing jumper, good. Austin Rhodey averaging 19 per game. Gets his first 2. And if he has any type of a ball game like he had the last 2 years, Quakers are going to have a tough one on their hands here tonight. Here's Topalovic. We'll find Sands. Sands will drive, draws the foul. Basket is good. And Nick Sands will head to the free throw line as the Quakers take the 4-2 lead. Foul's going to be called on Andrew Hunter. That'll be his first. Sands at the line. Free throw short. Rebound Rhodey. So it'll be Bluffton basketball. Just underway here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. HCAC basketball on this Wednesday night. Elkert will find now Hunter, and he'll back it away now from Sanborn. Hunter outside. Here's a jumper on the way, no good. Is missing that one is Max Vitas. Ball goes out of bounds on the near side. It'll be Quaker basketball. So Earlham's defense forcing a long shot by Max Vitas. Probably not something that the Beavers were looking for theirs. That's Topalovic coming off the injury. Only had 2 minutes in the last game against Anderson. Nice pass underneath, and the assist will go to Sanborn. Bucket by Sands. Heck of a pass by Thomas Sanborn. And the Quakers now lead this one 6-2. Good look at Rhodey with the basketball. He'll draw a crowd anytime he gets a hold of the ball. Elkert will drive. Kicks in the corner. Here's a 3 by Hunter. That one's off the back of the iron. Hutchison with a rebound. Here come the Quakers. Bonin across the timeline, and with the pass, it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Beavers. And it will stay Earlham basketball. Coach was talking about it in the pregame about Earlham and their ability to keep their defensive intensity in the second half. So we'll have to wait and see if the Quakers can do that here tonight. Sanborn will kick it back to Sands. Bonin will drive and throws it back inside. Darrell able to pick that one up. Hutchison, the double team down the lane. Finger roll no good by Sanborn. And coming out with it will be the Beavers. 6-2, 17:07 to go here in the first half. With the basketball is Wentling. Skip pass in the corner, Hunter. Hunter will drive, feeds in the opposite corner to Elkert. His shot no good. And the long rebound by Nick Sands. 4 possessions now by Bluffton, only 2 points. And it'll be Quaker basketball. Topalovic will find Bonin once again, and we have a whistle. And that foul away from the basketball. Well, they got Hutchison on the foul, and that'll be his first. With the offensive foul, Quakers commit their first turnover of the night. And now Earlham will little soft press going on right here. A full court man-to-man. Quakers will play a little zone tonight as well. Elkert with the basketball with a left-hand dribble. Gets the screen there from Wentling. Now it's Wentling on the drive. Spins in the lane. Short jump hook on the way, no good. Rebound inside, and boy, sneaking in there for the Quakers, Blake Bonin. By the way, Bonin, one of the shorter players on the floor, able to get the rebound for Earlham. Still only 2 points on the board so far for Bluffton. Quakers basketball, 16 on the shot clock. Hutchison drives, scores, and is fouled. Boy, Daryl Hutchison, hard to stop underneath. He's only about 6'3". But he is very strong around the basket, and the Quakers now lead at 8-2. Foul will be called on Max Vitas. So Max Vitas picks up his first. And a change down the Bluffton lineup is Kevin Christie out of Miamisburg, Ohio, will step in. He is a 5'11 junior. And the free throw by Hutchison is good. Darrell now with 5 points, and the Quakers have now opened up a 9-2 lead. Had a lead against Anderson, let that thing get away in the second half. Just was not a good half for Earlham, especially defensively. Wentling in the lane, now with a short jumper, no. And the rebound to Polovich. Here come the Quakers once again, a chance now to perhaps get that lead into double digits. Sanborn, skip pass in the right corner. Good ball movement to Sands. He will drive, has his shot blocked by Wentling. Getting it back to Polovich. Fadeaway jumper, missed it. And the rebound, Austin Rohde for Bluffton. The Beavers out on the run as they'll come across the timeline. Rohde looking for the screen now from Wentling. Gets the double team. Will find Christie. Still 16 on the shot clock. Christie off the wing, kicks outside to Max Vitas, three-pointer good. And Max Vitas gets a much-needed bucket there for Bluffton. It's now 9-5, Quakers leading it by 4. Bonin across the timeline against Elkert, drives in and draws the foul. Quakers going to take it right at this Bluffton defense. Max Vitas will pick up number 2, and so Bluffton will go to the bench. Justice Dowdy will come in, a 5'11 sophomore out of Van Wert, Ohio. But at the line, here's Blake Bonin, averaging 10.3 points per game. And his first free throw is good. Quakers 2 of 3 from the line, and they've now opened up a 6-point lead. There you see the change as Dowdy has come in. 14:49 remaining here in the first half. Second free throw's on the way, and short as it rolls off the rim. Rohde with a rebound and quickly pushes it up the floor to Elkert. Elkert in the lane, back to Rohde. Rohde trying to get by Sands, got away with a push-off. And Rohde again looking for the screen, draws a double team. They'll reverse it now to Elkert. His jumper good. That'll be another 3. Elkert on the board for the first time tonight. And the lead down to 2. So as bad as Bluffton has played offensively here tonight, still within 2 points here early. Topolovich has his pass stolen away. Rohde gets the steal. Here come the Beavers once again. Good look at Elkert. Elkert gets the screen from Wentling. Chance to tie or take the lead right here for Bluffton. 14:04. Elkert kicks in the corner. Rohde drives up. That's going to be Dowdy on the drive on the baseline, and a blocking foul called against Earlham, and that'll go against Blake Bonin. He will pick up his first, and it will be a 2-shot foul. At the line, Justice Dowdy. The 5'11 sophomore, averaging 4.8 points per game. Free throw on the way is good, as Dowdy will get 1 of 2. And it's a 1-point ball game. Bonin across the timeline. Sands back to Bonin. They look underneath to Hutchinson, and a foul call. Offensive foul on Daryl Hutchison. He just picked up his second, and that's a big foul against the Quakers. 2 offensive fouls on Daryl, and so we'll see LaJay Kelly come in. Well, wait a minute. Looks like they may have reversed that, so it will not be on Daryl. So they're going to get Dowdy on the foul instead of Hutchison, so a big break for the Quakers. And Darrell will go to the line for 2. So a little mix-up between the two officials on what they're going to call. 13:48 remaining in the first half, and Darrell at the line. Free throw good. Now 2 for 2 from the line. Coming into the ball game now will be Adam Hopkins, a 6'4 senior. He's out of Wellington, Ohio. Again, this is not a very big team. Neither one of these two teams with much size at all. Second free throw is good. And Darrell off to a good start here tonight. Quakers now leaded by 3 at 12-9. Christie with the basketball. Now we'll find Elkert. Rhodey trying to get open. He's working against Sands as the Quakers stay man-to-man. Here's Christie with the left hand. Draws the double team. Kick out now to Dowdy. Dowdy drives. Layup good. Dowdy with 3, and the lead back now to 1 for Earlham. 13:22 remaining here in the first half. Quaker basketball, this is Sands who will find Topalovic. Mentioned Alex only played 2 minutes against Anderson. Topalovic stops at the high post, gives off to Bonin. Three-pointer, off-balance jumper, good. 4 points now for Bonin. That's a pretty tough shot right there for the freshman out of Crown Point. Quakers leaded by 4. Drive down the lane. Left-hand shot by Hopkins is no good. And we have a late whistle. And I think they may have gotten to Topalovic. So they did get Topalovic on the foul. That'll be his first, and they're going to call that a shooting foul. And we will send to the line now. Hopkins in the left-hander hits the free throw. Hopkins off the bench averaging 5.3 points per game. Tariq Eldosugi will come in now for the Quakers. Also coming in will be Stallings. Second free throw, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Bluffton. So Eldosugi coming in averaging just 1.8 points per game. Stallings averaging 5.5 points per game. So the Quakers go to the bench now for the first time here tonight. We thought we might see LaJay Kelly. Here's Bonin again. The shot no good. Tipped off the board by Stallings. And here come the Beavers. 15-12 your score. Hopkins will give it off now to Rhodey. Rhodey hit that early shot. He's been quiet since. In the right corner is Elker. Drives. We'll find Rhodey in the corner. Three-pointer rims in and out. Ball tipped outside. Here's Christie. And a fresh 30 on the shot clock now for Bluffton. High post is Hopkins. We'll find Dowdy in the left corner. Gets the screen from Hopkins. Now we'll give it off to Christie. Christie again. He will draw a double team. Dowdy right side. Once again to Rhodey. Here's a drive down the lane. Feeding it off and hitting the shot will be Hopkins. Give the assist that time to Dowdy. And we're back now to a 1-point ball game. Well, the offensive rebound paying dividends there for the Beavers. Hutchison will give it off once again to Eldosugi. Here is Sanborn, and a turnover by the Quakers, their 4th, and all by himself, laying it in will be Rhodey. He now has 4. And the Quakers, their early lead is gone. 4 turnovers now by Earlham in the first half, and now Bluffton leads this one by 1. Sanborn will find Stallings. Eldosugi off the left wing, back to Stallings. Stallings drives up and under, layup, missed it. The battle for the rebound tipped out, and it'll be Beaver basketball. Elkert will find Rhodey. Rhodey will pull up on the baseline, too strong, and Eldosugi with a rebound. Well, that was a tough one by Stallings. It rolled around the rim and popped out on him. 10:49 to go in the first half. Hutchison out on the high post, guarded there by Hopkins. Handoff Bonin. Bonin drives, feeds down to Stallings, and his layup good. Nice pass by Bonin to Stallings, who gets his first basket. And the Quakers now lead this one by 1. Timeout on the floor. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers up by 1. Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at tonyscarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, close game early, 10:37 remaining in the first half. Quakers lead it by 1. Right now, Austin Rohde leading Bluffton with 4. The Quakers led by Daryl Hutchison. He has 7 here in the first half. Quakers will go full court man-to-man. Looks like we will have Kamari Hunter in now for the Quakers, wearing number 0. He'll be on the ball right now. This is Kevin Christie feeding underneath. Another left-hand layup, good by Hopkins. And Hopkins now with 5. Nice pass from Christie. And back to a 1-point lead again now for Bluffton. LaJay Kelly is now checked in for the Quakers as Hutchison will get a break. That's Kelly out on the high post. Hunter gets the screen. Hunter on the screen and roll. Turnover number 5 on the Quakers. Not a bad look that time, just the pass a little bit off the mark. Here's Christie on the left wing. In the ball game again, Wentling drives baseline. Hopkins back outside and good ball movement around the perimeter. Here's Austin Moore, who is now checked in. Moore, a 6'1 junior, in the lineup now for the Beavers. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Christie for 3. Missed it. Stallings high for the rebound there for the Quakers. Earlham basketball. Hunter on the right wing with a left-hand dribble. Brings it back out, and the Quakers will reset it. Nothing there in the first set. Quakers will try to get something on that primary break. If it's not there, they'll set it back up. Here's Stallings. Feeds it off now to the right side. El Dasugi shot no good. Ball loose in the lane. Hopkins is there and comes out with it for the Beavers. 18-17. Back the other way. Christie, and a blocking foul called against the Quakers. And this will go against Nick Sands. Sands, a sophomore out of Warsaw, Indiana. And Christie goes to the line now. Christie averaging 5.3 points per game. He'll be there for 2. 9:04 remaining in the first half. First free throw is good. 19-17. El Dasugi comes out, and the Quakers will bring Daryl Hutchison back in. And also coming in for Bluffton will be Justice Dowdy. Second free throw, rims in and out, rebound by Hutchison. And so it'll be Quaker basketball trailing it by 2 here in the first half. Hunter with the basketball, driving, contact out front, and that'll be an easy call as Dowdy just picked up his second. And immediately right back in will be Adam Hopkins. Hopkins is 6'4". They have Isaiah Taylor also at 6'4", and one other player, Colton Rose, at 6'4", but other than that, they have no one past 6'4", and you know those numbers are probably a little generous. Here's Sands, his three-pointer, that one in and out, and the rebound Wentling. Here come the Beavers once again, chance to build on that 2-point lead. Here's Wentling, reverses it now to Christie. Christie 15 feet away, can't get it to go, and that ball goes off the hands of Andrew Hunter. I thought maybe it was going to be Stallings there for the Quakers. So it will be Earlham basketball. Both teams now struggling a little bit in the offensive side of the game as we're coming up on the 8:30 mark here in the first half. Sands at the right elbow. Will go back to Hutchison straight away. Off the screen, Stallings. Kelly trying to set that back screen for Hutchison. Here's Sands once again. High post now to Kelly. Kelly will turn, face up his defender. Now once he terminates the dribble, backdoor cut Stallings, and Stallings will be fouled, and they get Austin Moore. Nice pass off that high post. And the Quakers go to the free throw line as Stallings will be there for the first time. 8:10 remaining now in the first half. Stallings to the line, and his free throws off the back of the rim. Elkert back in now for Bluffton. Rohde coming back in. The Quakers will make a change as well. We'll see into the ball game, John Sacaleros. He is also a freshman out of Crown Point. Bonin back in as the second free throw is good by Stallings. He has 3. And also coming into the lineup will be Sanborn. So back to a 1-point game as both teams have gone well into their bench here in the first half. Beavers basketball, and a nice pass once again to Hopkins, and that left hand has been effective already. 7 points off the bench. And the Quakers now trail it by 3. Well, those 7 points now leading Bluffton. Bonin on the drive, baseline right, kicks it back outside. Sanborn from 17, nothing but net. Sanborn with his first 2, nice looking shot. And the Quakers down by 1. On the right wing will be Christie. They'll work it out front now to Elkert. Elkert, here's a nice drive inside. Layup good by Wentling, and the Quaker defense breaking down. And Wentling averaging nearly 13, gets his first 2 of the night, and is back to a 3-point lead. Sanborn will go to Hutchison off the left wing. There's a backdoor cut. Bonin drives and scores. Nice pass by Sacaleros. 6 points now by Blake Bonin, and we're back to a 1-point lead. The drive by the big man inside Hopkins, nothing there, and the Beavers will set it back to the right side. So far, we haven't seen much of Rhodey lately. Step back, Wentling for 3, got it. Wentling with a step back 3, he has 5, and the Quakers now trail it by 4. Now, right, we're talking about both teams maybe struggling a little bit offensively. We've seen the execution offensively in the last 2 series work out pretty well. Here's Darrell. Hutchison draws that double team. Once again receives. Reposts on the block. Hutchison turns to his right. Shot on the way, missed it. Going for the rebound, Wentling there for Bluffton. We head the other way. Haven't seen either team run very much here tonight. Here's a kick and a foul call against Sacaleros. Max Vitas on the drive. That'll be team foul number 5 now on the Quakers. Sacaleros will pick up his first. Topolovich back in for the Quakers. So Topolovich will step in. Also coming in will be Dowdy once again for the Beavers. Ball will go out of bounds, last touched by Bluffton. So Quaker basketball is worth 6 minutes, still a 4-point ball game. Bluffton with just their second turnover here in the first half. Topolovich now to Sanborn. Tries to get the double screen off that left side. Back to Topolovich. Here's Sands straight away. Sands between the legs dribble. Had it knocked out of his hands. Regains the possession and lays it in. Nice job by Nick Sands. And the Quakers back once again to within 2. Here's Wentling straight away. Will drive, and this time they're going to get Darrell for the foul. Now, I believe that's going to be number 2. So that'll be team foul number 6. Off the inbound, here's Rhodey. Wentling will receive, looks back to Rhodey. Sands a good job facing up Rhodey, not letting him get the basketball, but then taking it inside is Wentling, and Darrell had to back off on him, not wanting to pick up his 3rd foul. Smart move that time by Wentling. 28-24. The kick, here's Sanborn. 3-pointer, no good. Darrell with a rebound, put back counted. Hutchison with another board. And the offensive rebound, 2 points again for Darrell. 9 now by Hutchison, and the Quakers down by 2. 4:53 to go. Wentling straight away. Will he take it to Darrell right here, knowing he has 2 fouls, and offensive foul on Wentling. Darrell holding his position, draws the offensive foul. Somebody said here in the press box that he flopped. So still a 2-point lead. For the first time now, we're seeing Elijah Wilson-Thomas in for the Quakers. Wilson-Thomas wearing number 5, averaging 8.7 points per game. Drives down the lane. Bucket good. Boy, he can be a huge spark off the bench. Tying the ball game at 28. And Elijah getting his first 2. That'll be Elkert. And we have a kick basketball. We'll stay right here. It'll be Beaver basketball, still 20 on the shot clock. Beavers inbound from the baseline. Well, it was very close to a 5-second call. Here's Wentling, kicks it outside now to Hunter. Hunter looking now to Rohde off the right wing. Rohde will be guarded there by Sanborn. Rohde drawing the double team. Good job on that Quaker defense. In the corner is Hunter. Kicks it outside Elkert for 3. That's no good with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Sanborn there with a rebound. And here come the Quakers. Chance now to take the lead. Wilson-Thomas will give it up once again to Bonin. Here's Sands. Sanborn will feed Elijah on the left wing. He'll clear things out, brings it out front. Here's Bonin at the right elbow. 9 on the shot clock. Topalovic will set the screen. Bonin fires from 3, no good. Topalovic with the offensive rebound. Put back good. Topalovic and a near steal to the near side. Good hustle by Nick Sands. Topalovic, by the way, with his first 2, giving the Quakers a 2-point lead. Back in the ballgame will be Kevin Christie. Now for Bluffton, also coming in will be Adam Hopkins. Hopkins leading the way with 7 points. He and Wentling each with 7, but so far Austin Rohde has been kept in check here tonight in the first half. Beaver basketball once again. On the right wing is Elkert, deep in the corner, double team. They'll get it out of his hands. Baseline shot, Wentling way short. Tipped into the hands of Rohde inside, and he was at the right place, right time. Rohde with his 6th point of the night, and we're tied at 30. Boy, Quakers had a chance to get that basketball. I'm not sure if it was Wentling who snuck in there after the missed shot. It was way short, and able to tip it to Rohde. Sands will find Wilson-Thomas. Looking underneath to Topalovic. Topalovic will receive, knocked out of his hands by Hopkins. And it will stay Quaker basketball. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Bonin will inbound to Topalovic. Alex driving on the baseline against Hopkins. Feeds it outside Elijah Wilson-Thomas. 3-pointer no good, and they'll get Topalovic over the top. Easy call on that one. Alex just picked up his 2nd. Nothing like a refreshing beverage while you're calling the game, man. Well, if you were working, we'd get you one, but since you're not working. So here's Hopkins at the line. Now, you know who ought to be getting something to drink is the one who's working. Free throw is short by Hopkins. 2:24 to go, tied at 30. Bonin with the basketball on the right wing. Sanborn kicks it back to Bonin, nearly threw it away. Run down there by Wilson-Thomas. Back to Bonin, gets the screen to Topalovic, feeds underneath, and Sanborn misses the reverse layup. Had a good look at it. Here come the Beavers once again. Well, that's a tough one right there as Christie handles the basketball. He goes inside. Easy layup as the Quakers got lost defensively. Wentling lays it in. And Earlham now down by 2. 9 points now by Wentling. Topalovic, top of the key, will go to Sanborn. Here's Nick Sands on the right wing. Topalovic looking for that backdoor cut. Hands off to Sands. Down the lane. Throws up the shot. Left it short. Wentling with a rebound. Bluffton back the other way. The kick will find Rohde. Rohde covered up by Sands. Drives baseline. Reverse layup good. Nice move by Austin Rohde. He has 8. And the Quakers find themselves down by 4. Mentioned Rhodey last year, 26 in the first game, 32 in the second game against Earlham. Just over a minute remaining in the first half. Sanborn back outside to Sands. Three-pointer off the back of the iron, and the long rebound by Kevin Christie. Bluffton basketball. And that'll be a travel on Elker. Good call. Fourth turnover now by Bluffton. Back in the game now for the Quakers will be Kenneth Stallings. LeJay Kelly will also come in. So Topolovich will sit down. Nick Sands will get a quick break as well. 54.3 seconds remaining here in the first half. Bonin across the timeline. Elijah will clear out. There's LeJay Kelly with a screen and the roll. The ball on the floor, and another turnover by the Quakers. Not a bad idea. The pass a little bit too low. The steal giving credit to Hopkins. Still about 11 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Christie. Gets the screen out front from Hopkins. Bypasses the screen. Feeds to Rhodey for three. Wide open. Nothing but net. Austin Rhodey. And the guy we just talked about a moment ago being relatively quiet, now with 5 points in the last two possessions. He now has 11, and the Quakers down by 7. Shot clock is off. 8 seconds remaining. Elijah Wilson-Thomas on the drive. Feeds Stallings. Stallings layup good. Elijah with the assist, and that will do it for the first half. That shot will not count, whether it made it or not, and we have made it to halftime. We will come back in a few moments with the Wesley Bates Wealth Management halftime report as the Quakers trail it here at halftime 37-32. This is Earlham men's basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank, a bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Alums, want to connect with the college and your fellow Earlham alumni? Attend an alumni event. Our office is always organizing events locally and around the country and on campus during homecoming and reunion weekend. For information on upcoming events, visit earlham.edu/alumni. We hope to see you soon.
We're back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center here on the campus of Earlham College, and we're at halftime, 37-32. Tonight's game being brought to you by Richmond Area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50 again at Subway. And with it being Wednesday, the turkey breast, tomorrow, the Italian BMT, and then Friday, the tuna. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. And, of course, we'll be naming the Subway sub of the game following today's contest. Let's go ahead and give you the first half numbers. First off for Bluffton. They shot really well. Of course, Adam Hopkins kind of helped that out the way he was able to score in the first half off the bench. They ended up shooting 56%. They were 15 of 27, 4 of 10 from three-point range. Only went to the free throw line 7 times, only made 3 of those. They finished with 14 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, a block, and 4 steals. Austin Rohde led the way with 11 points. Jared Wentling with 9, 7 by Adam Hopkins off the bench, 3 points by Elkert. Max Vitas finished with 3. And Justice Dowdy also finished with 3 in the first half. By the way, Max Vitas, the only player other than Dowdy, who again came off the bench tonight. Those two with 2 fouls in the first half. You know, the Quakers really didn't shoot that badly themselves. They ended up 13 of 27, good enough for 48%, but only 1 of 3 from three-point range. That was the Blake Bonin three-pointer. They were 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 16 rebounds, so they out-rebounded Bluffton in the first half by 2. They finished with 7 assists, 5 turnovers, no blocks, and here's the other key right there, no steals. This is a team that really can get out and steal off of other teams, but no steals in the first half for the Quakers. Daryl Hutchison led the way. He had 9 points in the first half as the Quakers ended up getting 7 players into the scoring column. 6 points by Blake Bonin, 6 points by Nick Sands, 5 points by Kenneth Stallings, and then 2 points by Thomas Sanborn, 2 by Alex Topolovich, and Elijah Wilson-Thomas with 2 points in the first half. So statistically, I think the big number this one tonight is how well Bluffton shot in that first half at 56%. Again, that Quaker defense not really forcing, but 2 turnovers, 3 turnovers in the first half, and no steals as well. We'll come back on the halftime report in just a couple of moments, and we'll check out the college scoreboard, see what is happening in college basketball here tonight as we continue here on our halftime show. Once again, brought to you by the Wesley Bates Wealth Management, and also tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. And they have an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice, and it'll go in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. You can call him at 969-30 888-830-400. We'll come back in a moment. This is Earlham men's basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
The Sports Game Changer is now in Richmond. This is Troy Darengowski. If you want sports coverage you can count on, look to RadioTroy.com. We'll have everything from the Red Devils to the Pacers and Colts, and don't forget IU and Purdue. Also check out our play-by-play coverage of high school and college athletics and the daily sports page. We are the Game Changer. Radio Troy Digital Sports and RadioTroy.com.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Harrington Oak Insurance. At Harrington Oak, they spend every day working to make this community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes, and they are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502. or go to their website to request a quote, harringtonhoke.com. A couple of scores out of men's college basketball going on tonight. Penn State trailing George Mason in the second half. That score right now, 48-40. Number 11, Louisville, is leading Southern Illinois. That score of 46-28. Also in men's college basketball tonight, as we check out any of the scores of interest, Indiana State at home tonight against number 16, Butler. Butler leading in the second half, 43-42. California now leading Seton in the second half, 40-34. It was George Washington on top of Temple, 31-23. Number 6, Kentucky, leading Valparaiso 11-4. They now have, 13:09 remaining in the first half of that one. 17th rated Wisconsin just underway against Idaho State. Badgers on top 15-3. It's Oklahoma leading Oral Roberts 16-9 in the first half. Desmond Bain and TCU down at SMU tonight. SMU on top of that one 19-8 also in the first half. Wright State is on the road at Loyola Chicago tonight. Loyola leading that one 10-9. They too early in the first half of that contest. Howard and Maryland will tip off at around 9 o'clock tonight. Nebraska back in action against number 10 Creighton. That game will be played in Lincoln. Number 7 North Carolina takes on Davidson. It's 13th rated Xavier. They're on the road tonight at Colorado. BYU is hosting Weber State. And Montana home tonight against San Jose State. That is a look at college basketball around the country tonight. We're at halftime. We'll come back with the second half. It's Bluffton on top of Earlham on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 37-32. This is Earlham men's basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Hi, this is Troy Darengowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770. Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
By the way, tonight's game brought to you in part by Square Donuts of Richmond. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or a midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and many, many more. And, of course, grab those award-winning glazed donuts, voted #1 in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut shop and home to the best donuts in town and the only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. Beavers lead it by 5. It will be Earlham basketball. Sanborn. Looks like the entire starters in. Sanborn, Sands, Bonin, Hutchison, and Topolovich for the Quakers. Rhodey is in, Wentling is in, Elkert, Max Vitas, and Hunter now for Bluffton. Hutchison down low, and they're going to get a foul call on Wentling. He just picked up his second. Quakers are going to try to get that ball inside again to Daryl Hutchison. So far, there has not been a really good stop for Bluffton down low. They just don't have that kind of size. And Hutchison, wide body underneath. Darrell goes between two defenders, and nice touch. He now has 11. Certainly the game plan for the Quakers here in the second half. Here's Hunter on the drive on the baseline, and Bonin able to get a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds, and it will stay Bluffton basketball. By the way, our camera operator tonight is a Union guy, so he's not going to be standing up a whole lot, give you much ambiance. Here's Rhodey with the basketball off the left wing against Topolovich. Rhodey gets bumped, gets the basketball back, double dribble with a good call, and that's a turnover there for Rhodey. That's number 5 against Bluffton. Rhodey tried to say because he got bumped, he lost the basketball, he got bumped, but he still jumped away and then double dribbled with it. Quakers basketball down by 3. And the Quakers turn it over. Here come the Beavers once again. Here's Hunter with the ball with the right hand. Back now to Wentling. Wentling inside against Hutchison, the kick out. Max Vitas now for 3 on the way. Good. Max Vitas with his second three-pointer. And the Quakers down 40-34. Every time the Quakers start to make a little bit of a run, Bluffton has been able to answer. Sands will find Topolovich. Topolovich way out front. Off the screen will be Sanborn. Here's Sands at the elbow. Hutchison on the high post. Hands off to Polovich. 10 on the shot clock. And the Quakers turn it over again. 2 turnovers early in the second half. And the layup missed at the other end by Elkert. And he had a bunny right there and just basically blew it. Sands gets the screen from Sanborn. Here's to Polovich. Alex one dribble. They're trying to post up Hutchison on the low block. Darrell kicks it back outside to Polovich on the shot fake, and we've got a foul call against Bluffton. Rhodey will pick up the foul. That is his first. Team foul number 2 now on Bluffton. So once again, it will be Quaker basketball. Off the screen is Sands. Here's to Polovich. Back out to Sands. Here's Bonin off the right wing. Starts to penetrate, cut off by Rhodey. Here is the jumper, no good. As coming up empty was Sanborn. Underneath, and the shot good again by Wentling. Wentling with 11. And the Quakers down by 8. Sanborn off the right wing once again. Feeds it back outside down to Bonin. Sanborn looking underneath to Hutchison. Skip pass will find Sands. Sands will drive. The ball stripped out of his hands. It will stay there as Hunter will knock it out of bounds. Stallings will come in to Polovich coming out. 7 on the shot clock for Earlham. Bonin inbounding. Here's Hutchison on the baseline. Looking for room between 2 defenders again. Missed the shot. Gets the offensive rebound. Lays it in. He now has 13. And the Quakers now down by 6. 16:57 remaining here in the second half. High screen there for Elkert. And a foul call against the Quakers. Wentling trying to maneuver his way down the lane. Bonin picks up the foul. That's his second. Quakers will defend the inbound. They don't defend it very well, as that's an easy bucket. Wentling will slam it home. And Wentling now with 13. Well, that was a nice inbound play there by Bluffton. So now the Quakers back down by 8. Their second half defense not very good right now. Stallings driving, a lot of contact, no whistle, and we'll head the other way. That could have been an offensive foul on Stallings. Here's a shot from the right wing, no good, as Max Beatis can't get it to go. Sands driving the other way, ball goes out of bounds, and again, contact, no whistle, unless the outside official called something. But it will go back over again to Bluffton. Elijah Wilson-Thomas will come in. And I think they may have called a technical foul against the Earlham bench. Jason Polikoff came up and wasn't the official who made the call down on the baseline. It was the trailing official who ended up calling the technical. So Rhodey goes to the line for 2, and Bluffton will keep the basketball. And Rhodey made the free throw despite the light going off and the horn sounding. Well, I think that for Jason, he had a little bit of an argument there. The last time the Quakers came down, there was some contact, no whistle. And this time there was some contact. They let him play through it. And so now the Quakers down by 9 here in the second half, and Rhodey goes back to the free throw line. So now Rhodey back to the line. Free throw on the way. It is good. 13 now by Rhodey. And always a smart aleck in the crowd. Somebody want to know who had the shooter. Comedians everywhere. 16:14 remaining. So now the Quakers have to come out of a hole here that's getting a little bit deeper here in the second half, and Coach has been right. Coach Polikoff said his team's defensive intensity in the second half hasn't equaled the first half. There's a drive by Hunter. Bucket good. And they're trying to get that third foul on Daryl Hutchison. And the Quakers all of a sudden down by 12 here in the second half. Entry pass, Sands blocked from behind. The block by Hunter. Here come the Beavers once again. They're going to go down low, the kick. Hunter top of the key. And they'll reset it. Screen against Stallings. Hunter drives. Here is the drive by Max Vitas and another foul. And that will be called against. Well, they got Hutchison for his third. And we've got a timeout on the floor in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 15:32 remaining in the second half. Quakers down by 12.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Well, the Quakers down by 12 here in the second half, and there you see the Quaker bench going through their adjustments, and they're going to have to do something, get back in this ball game down by 12, and again, it's been a little bit too easy for Bluffton here in the second half. Quakers have been outscored now 11-4. But a couple of big turnovers have hurt Earlham as well. Stallings will stay in. Sands back in. Hutchison is back in, along with Elijah Wilson Thomas. And here is Blake Bonin. So here is Elkert on the inbound. Max Vitas back to Elkert. Max Vitas will slip screen there. Rolling underneath is Wentling, and a turnover. Sixth turnover now by Bluffton. Quakers back the other way and saved from going out of bounds. Nice play by Wentling. Quakers turn it over for the 10th time. Elkert will give it off now to Wentling. Driving, left it short, and I think they may have gotten Hutchison for another foul. And they did. Wow, that's a tough one against Darrell. He just picked up his fourth. And so LeJay Kelly will have to come in. So how long will Darrell have to sit out? We still have 15:06 remaining. And that's exactly what Bluffton wanted to do, is get Hutchison out of the ballgame. Wentling able to hit the free throw. 13-point lead, so Darrell is out. 13 points. Second free throw is good by Wentling. And now Earlham not only has to come back from 14, they've got to do it without their leading scorer. Bonin with the basketball to Sands, and around the perimeter it is Stallings. Stallings working there against Wentling. Nope, that's going to be Max Vitas. And the Quakers again will get it to Sands. Here's Stallings. 11 on the shot clock. Elijah Wilson Thomas straight away. Pull up from three. Can't get it. Yes, he got the roll. Big bucket by Elijah Wilson Thomas. And the Quakers down by 11. Here's Christie, who's entered the ball game. Nearly lost it. Elijah went for the steal. Christie, nice move. Pulls up from 15. He can't get the roll. Wilson Thomas with a rebound. Elijah, he'll take it himself. A low pass and a turnover again for the Quakers. 11. Max Vitas will kick it out now to Elkert. Boy, Quakers had an opportunity again, and they force another turnover in the corner. Here's Christie on the drive, and a foul again on the Quakers. LeJay Kelly It's all a game of angles, but Quakers thought that was not a foul. Kevin Christie goes to the line. He'll be there for 2. 6 fouls on the Quakers here in the second half, and the free throw's good. Christie has 2. Dowdy back in for Bluffton. And coming in for the Quakers will be John Sacaleros. He'll try to get a little more size underneath. Second free throw. He is up and good, so Christie gets them both. And again, every time the Quakers start to make a little bit of a run, Bluffton able to answer. Here is Stallings. Wilson Thomas, step back three-pointer, good! Elijah Wilson Thomas, another big bucket, and the Quakers down by 10. Elijah now with 8 points off the bench tonight for Earlham. And there is a foul call on Elijah. Picked up his first. That'll be, in fact, that should be team foul number 7. And that will put Christie back to the free throw line, this time a 1 and bonus. Back in the ball game will be Adam Hopkins now for Bluffton. LaJay Kelly back to the bench for the Quakers. Sands is in, Bonin is in, along with Elijah Wilson Thomas. Stallings stays in, and Sacaleros in the ball game. Now they're going to the scorers table because at one point they thought it was 16 fouls. The scoreboard said 6. And I think they're going to change it. So apparently it is just 6 right now. There you go. They've now changed it on the scoreboard. So it will not be a 1 and bonus here for Christie. But now the Beavers will inbound the basketball. This is Christie at the point. Gets that high screen here from Dowdy. Entry pass down low to Hopkins. Hopkins against Sacaleros. Got him in the air. Contact, no whistle. So they let him play through it there as Stallings gets the rebound. Bonin to the basketball. Screened by Sacaleros. Elijah, step back. Three-pointer on the way again. Got another one. How about Elijah Wilson Thomas? And he is keeping the Quakers right in this ball game. His third 3 and another tough shot turnover by Bluffton. Here come the Quakers. Stallings will take it himself, and a blocking foul and a 2-shot foul here for the Quakers, and they're right back in it. But how about Elijah? 11 points off the bench. Very well at this point could be not only our sub of the game, but the player of the game as well. And at the line will be Stallings. 6 points now by Stallings. And the Quakers back to within 6 at 12:58 remaining here in the second half. Second free throw good. So just like that, it's a ball game once again where perhaps at one point looked like the Beavers might start to make a run in this one and put it out of reach. Here's Rohde. Rohde with 13. He's been quiet again here in the second half. Elkert on the drive, down low. Dowdy turns and just in front of the rim lays it in. 5 points now by Dowdy. 54-47. Quaker basketball. Wilson Thomas once again goes to Sands and around the perimeter to Stallings. Stallings with a right-hand dribble crosses to the left. Back once again to Wilson Thomas. He's guarded there by Rohde. Wilson Thomas driving and scoring again. And he is unstoppable right now for the Quakers. 54-49. Here's a drive once again by Christie. Now we'll back it up. Christie drives, feeds underneath. Turnover again by Bluffton. That's number 8. Wilson Thomas, long-range 3. Almost got another one. Rebound by Rohde. Boy, if that would have gone in, this place would have gone nuts. And there's a turnover pass way too high from Rohde, intended for Hopkins. And 2 straight turnovers now by Bluffton. And a couple of changes. Back in the ballgame will be Max Vitas. And I think we have a timeout on the floor. We do. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers right back in this one, 54-49. This is Earlham men's basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Today it is turkey breast. Tomorrow, the Italian BMT, and then Friday, your tuna. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, how about the play tonight of Elijah Wilson-Thomas, knowing that they're without Daryl Hutchison. Hutchison picked up that 4th foul, and so he's going to have to sit for a while yet. So Elijah with 11 points here in the second half and some pretty incredible shooting as well. So following the timeout, there you see Elijah. And it will be Quaker basketball. 11:39 remaining, and the Quakers right back in this one. Bonin 6 first-half points with a basketball. Gets the high screen from Sakaleros. Elijah. Step back again, pull-up shot, missed that one. That one also very close, and they're going to get Sakaleros on the foul. And that will be his first, and we have a one-and-bonus situation here now for the Beavers. So to the free throw line, this will be Jared Wentling. Wentling 2 for 2 tonight, 15 points, averaging 12.8. And the free throw's on the way and good. Back to a 6-point ball game. Second free throw's on the way. It is good. Two teams very evenly matched here tonight. By the way, Kamari Hunter's now checked in for the Quakers. Hunter will receive, looks right to Bonin. Stallings will cut down the lane. Right on the high post for the Quakers will be Sakaleros. Here's Hunter on the drive, and the foul will be called. They will get Kevin Christie. That is only the 4th team foul against Bluffton here in the second half. Christie, that should be number 1, and it is. Fresh 30 on the clock here for the Quakers, and a foul before the inbound. And they're going to get Christie 2 quick fouls. Christie trying to find a way to hold his man, Kamari Hunter, inside, and now that foul's going to go against the Quakers, I believe. Sakaleros picked up his 3rd. Official very adamant about that foul call, so Sakaleros now has 3. We're probably not going to see Hutchison till maybe the 5 or 6 minute mark, depending on how this game is going. Christie will spin with the basketball, back outside once again to Max Vitas. Here is Rohde. Rohde looking for that screen. Ball loose on the floor. Stallings went after the ball, and turnover again for Bluffton, number 10. Back the other way, and the Quakers give it back. They're 12. Down the lane, and a traveling call against Wentling. Things a little bit sloppy. And we will see another change. Eldasugi will come in, and Stallings will sit down. Eldasugi, long non-scoring threat, at least at this point. No points so far. Eldasugi averaging just 1.8 per game. He'll have the basketball on the left elbow. 10:26 to go. That is Hunter. Hunter crosses to the left, back to the right, gets the screen from Sakaleros, and they call him for a carry. Boy, Quakers just some careless turnovers here in the second half. That's unofficially number 13. And again, every time they start to make a little bit of a move, you see the Beavers coming right back. Hunter guarding the ball. That'll be Elkert at midcourt. And what do we have? A foul away from the basketball. Eldasugi picks up the foul. We've got Sakaleros, Eldasugi, Topalovic, Rhodey, Elkert, Max Vitas. We've had our workout tonight. Here's Max Vitas at the line. Free throw good. Back again to an 8-point lead. Max Vitas back in for number 2. 9 team fouls now on the Quakers. Earlham made a strong run thanks to Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Can they do it again? We're halfway through. Here's Bonin for 3. Good. Boy, if you don't guard him, he'll bury the 3. And Bonin, his second 3 of the night. And the Quakers down by 6. Rhodey with the basketball against Hunter. Will swing it left side to Elkert. Bounce pass will find Christie on the wing. Screening there will be Max Vitas. He'll slide away from the screen. The turn there by Christie. Christie will give it up now on the right side to Elkert. 5 on the shot clock. Elkert, he'll pull up from 15. His shot no good. Rebound by Sakaleros. And here come the Quakers again, down by 6 here in the second half. Here's Bonin off the screen. Sakaleros, nice screen and roll. Sakaleros layup good. His first 2 points. Heck of a pass that time by Bonin. And it's back now to a 4-point game. Beaver basketball. Here's Christie across the timeline. Nice crossover. Draws the contact. No whistle. And the rebound, Eldasugi. And the Quakers can pull to within 1 right here with a 3-pointer. Bonin will give it off now to Hunter. Hunter gets the screen from Eldasugi. Off the right side now to Elijah Wilson-Thomas, who will clear things out. Elijah puts it on the floor, and his shot no good. Eldasugi put back no. Eldasugi with a rebound. His shot no good, but a foul underneath, and Eldasugi will go to the line. Max Vitas fouling Eldasugi. And Eldasugi will go to the line for 2. And Eldasugi, a nice job in there getting the offensive rebounds. And his free throw isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but he makes it. Sands will come back in for the Quakers. Hunter will sit down. Coming back in again for Bluffton will be Andrew Hunter. Second free throw way off the mark. And the rebound, Wentling. Quakers still trail it by 3. Here's Elkert. Sands will body him up out front. Elkert crossover. Will bounce down the right wing. Inside Wentling, and Wentling lost it, able to get it back. Feeds it off down to Hunter. 10 on the shot clock. Cross-court pass will find Elkert, and another foul. And they may have gotten Sands. He picked up his second. And we'll go to the free throw line. And Max Vitas once again. Nope, this will be Elkert at the line. 10 team fouls down the Quakers, so everything will be double bonus from here on out. First free throw good. Back again to a 4-point lead. Second free throw is good. Boy, they have shot the free throw well here in the second half. They have not missed a free throw in the entire second half. They are 12 of 12 from the line. Bonin on the drive in the corner to Sands. 3-pointer short. Long rebound tip by Eldasugi, but right into the hands of Hunter. And here come the Beavers once again. Elkert across the timeline will now stop and back it up with the left hand as he's guarded by Bonin. There's that high screen by Wentling. Max Vitas will hand it off now to Hunter. Still 14 on the shot clock. Hunter nearly lost it. He's guarded by Eldasugi. Hunter drives on the baseline, feeds outside. Here's Elkert for 3, no good. Long rebound. Rhodey runs it down, and a fresh 30. The feed inside, saved from going out of bounds by Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Another turnover by Bluffton. That's number 12. Quaker basketball. Wilson-Thomas will look to the bench. 7:20 to go here in the second half. Quakers down by 5. Sands off the right elbow. Bonin will work it now to Eldasugi. Eldasugi will give it out now to Sakaleros. And backdoor cutting, and the ball went out. He went in. Miscommunication between Bonin and Sakaleros. And the Quakers with their 14th turnover, and that could be a costly one. Still 7:08 remaining, but again, just a misreading that time between Sakaleros and Bonin. Rhodey off the screen, draws contact. Boy, no whistle. They'll let him play through that one as well. Back the other way we go. Here's Bonin across the timeline. Sands driving down the lane. Bucket is good, and he's fouled. Sands now with 8, and the Quakers have pulled back to within 3. Beavers will pick up team foul number 7. The foul's going to be called on Andrew Hunter. That'll be his second. And Nick Sands at the line, and Sands now 1 of 2 from the free throw line. It's back again to a 2-point game. And we've got a timeout on the floor on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers trail it by 2.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. They have an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he will donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-30-400. Quakers were down double digits here in the second half, but they keep battling back. Elijah Wilson-Thomas with 11 in the second half. And again, they're doing this without Hutchison, who had to leave the game pretty early here in the second half with his 4th foul. Bonin hit that big 3 just moments ago, and of course Nick Sands just completing a 3-point play. And Bluffton basketball. Max Vetus will inbound here on the sideline. And here's Hunter against Wilson-Thomas. Here's Rhodey straight away against Sands. There's a double high screen. Which one will he take? He'll take to the right side with Wentling. Max Vetus back again to Rhodey. Rhodey will drive inside, goes high, and Sakaleros got a piece of it. It went out of bounds. It'll stay Beaver basketball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. And now they're starting to let him play a little bit here late in the second half. Again, 5 on the shot clock, and not this time. They may have gotten Sands, and the Quaker bench not happy again, and we're going to go back to the free throw line. Nick Sands just picked up his 4th. And at the line will be Wentling, and he misses for the first time. That is their first miss from the free throw line in the second half. Sanborn will come back in, and setting down will be Nick Sands. So the Quakers lose another starter here in the second half. We should see Hutchison relatively soon. Second free throw's no good, so he misses them both. And they say the ball doesn't lie. Wentling missed them both. 6:15 remaining. Bonin with the basketball. Bonin will kick it in the corner. And the three-pointer by Eldasugi, no good. Long rebound, Rhodey. Here come the Beavers. 3-on-2 break the other way. Layup is good by Wentling. Back to a 4-point ball game. Quaker is not good in that transition defense. Bonin the high screen, Sakaleros. Bonin will drive himself. Count the layup. Bonin now with 11. And Earlham back to within 2. Beavers unable to distance themselves so far here in the second half. Rhodey got away with a travel right there. No whistle. Here's Hunter. Hunter working against Sanborn. 12 on the shot clock. Elkert straight away. Bouncing in the high post. And this will be Max Beatus. Handing off now to Elkert. Three-pointer. Good. Wide. Big shot by Elkert. Only his second bucket of the ball game, but none bigger than that one. Back to a 5-point lead. Wilson Thomas as the Quakers work it to El Dasugi. And we've got a foul underneath on Austin Rhodey. And that's going to send Elijah Wilson Thomas, I believe, to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Now they were trying to hold Elijah from getting through the lane, and we've got another timeout on the floor. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers trail this one by 5.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Hey, tonight's game brought to you in part by Harrington Oak Insurance. You know, they spend every day working to make our community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes, and they are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonoak.com. Don't forget, following the ball game tonight, we'll name the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the Game, and we'll also be naming the Subway Sub of the Game. Following this one here tonight, Quakers, by the way, back in action Saturday. They'll make that road trip to Franklin, and then they'll be back here on Saturday the 17th. They'll take on Manchester. That is a 4 o'clock start time. And then the Quakers will be on the road for 3 in a row after a little bit of a break during the Christmas holiday. Elijah Wilson Thomas, 13 points off the bench here tonight for the Quakers. 5:05 remaining, and the free throw's good. Boy, this young man right here has taken his responsibility well coming off the bench. He was a starter for most of the year last year, but second free throw no good. He's done a really good job in his attitude and whatever he can do to help this team win. Wentling with a rebound off the missed free throw. Here's Elkert. Max Beatus will hand off to Rhodey. Rhodey gets the screen from Wentling. Rhodey trying to find an opening. Just 2 points in the second half for Austin Rhodey. Quakers had really done a nice job defending him. 6 on the shot clock. Max Beatus outside Wentling for 3. Way off the mark. Rebound Kamari Hunter. Down in numbers. Kamari's going to take it himself, and he will be fouled to go to the line. Boy, nice job by Kamari. Saw the opening despite being down in numbers and took it strong to the basket. Foul's going to be called on Wentling. He just picked up his 3rd. That'll be team foul number 9 now on the Beavers, and Kamari Hunter with a free throw. And it's back now to a 3-point ball game. Hunter will come out. Christie back in now for Bluffton. Second free throw by Elijah. Perfect. He is the top free throw shooter in the country in Division III from last year. And it's now 65-63. Quakers down by 2. Boy, get a stop right here. Here's Rhodey. Shot fake, got the defender in the air. That was Sakaleros. Back out front once again to Elkert. 10 on the shot clock. Bonin on the guard out front. Rhodey falls down. They'll go to Christie. Lob pass inside. Turnover. And it goes out of bounds. It was intended for Wentling. And Bluffton just committed their 13th turnover. And we mentioned about 6 minutes we might see Hutchison. He comes in at 4 minutes. And he has sat out this almost entire second half because of the fourth foul he picked up early. El Dasugi gave the Quakers some good minutes. He will go to the bench. Quakers have a chance to tie or take the lead. Bonin coming off the screen on the left will be Wilson Thomas. He'll sweep through, drives in, foul on Rohde. And it will be a two-shot foul no matter what. And Elijah Wilson Thomas, chance to tie the ball game now with 3:48 remaining. Boy, what a second half this young man has had here tonight as that free throw is good. Well, Dasugi will come back in. And who's coming out? It'll be, who they bring out of the ball game? Trying to think who's on the bench. Was that Nick Sands? He came out already. Second free throw is good by Wilson Thomas, and this game is tied at 65. Oh, they brought Hutchison out. They're going to play offense-defense with Darrell as much as they can for the remainder of this ball game. Rohde will drive, and the layup good. He took it right at Wilson Thomas. Rohde with his first basket of the second half, and the Quakers down by 2. 3:28 to go. Nice drive by Bonin. Missed the shot. Battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Bluffton basketball. El Dasugi the last to touch it. Quakers now will go full court press. Rohde inbounding. Had an outlet right there, and coming up to receive was Wentling, and that'll help release the pressure. As now Christie, who's played well off the bench, with the basketball out front. Christie will give it off once again to Elkert. They've run that shot clock down a couple of times, almost had a shot clock violation in their last possession, but the ball was thrown out of bounds. Rohde against Hunter. Rohde pulls up high, got it. Tough shot by Austin Rohde. And boy, he elevated. Almost looked like men that time. 69-65, and the Quakers get a timeout. 2:45 to go on this one in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers down by 4.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center as the Quakers down by 4. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Square Donuts of Richmond. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or a midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, which includes maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and that's what they call min, and many, many more. Of course, grab their award-winning glazed donuts, voted #1 in the entire state, and proud to be your favorite donut shop, home to the best donuts in town, and the only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. That's what Min's girlfriend calls him, pumpkin spice. Your girlfriend call you pumpkin spice? I call you. Yeah, you're a pumpkin spice, all right. All right, Quakers down by 4, 2:45 remaining. Elijah Wilson Thomas will inbound as Quakers will bring Darrell back in the ball game. Hutchison playing with those 4 fouls. And they'll go right down inside to Darrell, and he missed it. Boy, he had a puppy right there and couldn't get it to fall. 2.5 minutes remaining. They worked that play perfectly. Elkert on the high post. Max Vetus will give it up once again out front to Elkert. He'll drive and score. Went right around Bonin, and that's another big bucket. 7 in the second half for Elkert. He now in double figures with 10, and the Quakers down by 6. They got it to within 2, but now 5 unanswered for Bluffton. The drive by Elijah, and he scores. Boy, Elijah Wilson Thomas keeping the Quakers in it with another big bucket. 1:50 to go. Elkert with the basketball. Stops. Max Vitas will pick up his dribble. Here's Rhodey, and back out front again to Elkert. 13 on the shot clock. Max Vitas on the high post. Off now again to Elkert. 7 on the shot clock. Elkert crossover to the right hand. Feeds outside to Christie. He'll fire from 3. Missed it. Rebound Rhodey knocked out of his hands. And what? They will say it'll be Bluffton basketball, and the Quakers cannot catch a break here tonight. Maybe Rhodey was the last to touch that one. His momentum carried the basketball out of bounds, but the official apparently didn't see it that way. They will reset the shot clock, and we're at 1:25 in this one. But the bad news here is that Bluffton gets a fresh 30, and they can use more time off the clock, leading this one by 4. Now, a couple of calls the Quakers will have to look back on, and there were some maybe contact fouls we thought would be fouls. And Rhodey off the inbound. Sands with a block shot. Here's Bonin, 3-on-2 break. Wilson Thomas, and stripped out of his hands, and he'll go to the line. Boy, Bluffton had a nice inbound play to Rhodey, and Sands got the block from behind. And here's Elijah Wilson Thomas back to the free throw line. 4 for 4 from the line, all coming in the second half. 1:18 remaining. And Elijah's free throw is good. 20 points now by Elijah. 18 of those in the second half. Second free throw's on the way, and he gets them both. So back to a 2-point ball game. Elijah coming out. Eldasugi with those long arms will guard the inbound. Max Vitas will put it in play. Still 1:15 remaining. 71-69, Bluffton on top. At the point is Elkert. He is a senior working against the freshman Bonin. What are they going to set up right here? Is this one way out near midcourt? Rhodey coming off the low screen. Rhodey will drive. He hangs in the air. Missed that one off the back of the iron. The Quakers a chance to tie. He got a pretty good look as well. And the Quakers will call another timeout. 45.1 remaining in this one. And the Quakers trail it by 2.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Only $3.50 at Subway. On a Wednesday, turkey breast. Thursday, Italian BMT. And Friday, the tuna. By the way, if you're looking toward the weekend, Saturday, the Black Forest ham. And Sunday, the meatball marinara. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Now the Quakers get the timeout. What will they set up right here? You're thinking maybe go back down inside to Hutchison. Elijah Wilson Thomas would be certainly a thought right here, as well as he has played in the second half. It'll be hard to keep him out of the starting lineup eventually, the way that he has come off the bench for the Quakers. They'll dump it in the backcourt to Bonin. See if they'll set things up for Darrell. Wilson Thomas sweeps through. Steps back, three-pointer. Good! Boy, what a bucket there by Wilson Thomas, and the Quakers lead it by 1, and Bluffton will get a timeout as well. Boy, look at that happy bunch right there, and the Quakers battling back. They have now taken the lead And how about Elijah Wilson-Thomas here tonight? That is his fourth three-pointer the second half. And he has almost single-handedly done it himself. He is perfect from the free throw line. 6 of 6 from the line in the second half. 29.3 remaining. "24 points by Elijah Wilson-Thomas. 22 of those coming in the second half, and he's hit some big buckets. So now what will Bluffton do? There is a difference of 4.3 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. So they can run it down and give maybe the Quakers just a few seconds to try to do something with the basketball. When the Quakers, by the way, is checking to see how many timeouts each team has remaining. Eldasugi will stay in. Hutchison coming in. Hunter is in. Sands is in. And also Sakaleros. Max Vitas will inbound the basketball. Does so here to Rhodey. 26 seconds. Rhodey guarded by Eldasugi, and that'll be a kick ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock, and this is the guy right here. You would think Rhodey, they would clear out for him. They'll go 1-4 low. Rhodey against Eldasugi, traveled with it. Here's Christie. Back outside. Here's a wide open jumper. Elkert hits the three. And Trey Elkert buried a three-pointer. And wait a minute, let's wait here for just a second. One official going to the scorer's table. And I believe they did get the timeout right there, 74-72. How about Elkert? Buried the three with 7.3, so they almost ran that shot clock down. It would have been 4.3, so they had 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock before Elkert hit the three. It is a 30-second timeout. And the Quakers, boy, I tell you what, right now you're thinking Elijah Wilson-Thomas. He's hit a couple of big shots here tonight. And he's hit some long-range threes. Ball will be inbounded, so the Quakers will have to go the distance of the floor. But you got 7.3. You go for the tie right here if you can do it. Sands will inbound, and a timeout for Bluffton. They wanted to see the lineup and what was possibly going to happen. We'll take a timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers trail this one 74-72.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
Well, this timeout, of course, Bluffton wanted to see how the Quakers were going to set up defensively. Or take that back, how they were going to set things up offensively as they'll try to defend this with 7.3 seconds remaining. After the game, we'll again name the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the Game, and right now looks like it's going to be the Player of the Game and the Sub of the Game all in one. What a game tonight for Elijah Wilson-Thomas. If you're the Quakers right now, again, 7.3, you can easily make it the distance from one end to the other in 7.3. Question is, can they get a good look? So Nick Sands will inbound. Bluffton will go man-to-man. They will not even deny the inbound. Sacaleros is right there. They want to get it to Elijah Wilson-Thomas, and they will. Elijah driving down the sideline, and a blocking foul called on Rhodey. 3.6. And the one guy you don't want to foul is Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Chance to tie right here. He is perfect from the free throw line. 6 of 6 in the second half. And he'll step to the line right here. 2 shots. First one is on the way, and he got it. Back to a 1-point ball game. 3.6. El Dasugi coming in. And Blake Bonin will sit down, and we've got another timeout by Bluffton. We'll take a timeout as well. 74-73 in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Well, the free throw here, 3.6. It would tie the ball game, but still a chance for Bluffton to get a decent look. They probably get to about mid-court before they would be able to get a shot off. But you got to hit the free throw first. Elijah, 7 of 7 from the line. And he'll step back in for number 2 to try to tie the ball game. And the free throw's on the way and good. Quakers will bring Hunter in. And Elijah will sit down. 3.6. And I would imagine you want to get it to Austin Rhodey if you can. Quakers make another change. The Stallings will come in. This will give Earlham a little more length. Hunter will guard Rhodey. Inbound. Here come the Beavers. 1 second to go. At the buzzer on the way. No, and we'll go to overtime. So don't go away. We're heading to some free basketball. We'll come back with the overtime. Quakers and the Beavers right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank, a bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Now 5 more minutes on the board as we head to overtime, and it'll be Wentling in the middle against Sacaleros, and the horn goes off at the scores table. They had an issue with that a little bit earlier when Rhodey was at the line and the light came on. I'm not sure if we have a scoreboard issue on the right side. I can't see the right side. So now they'll try it again, I think. Well, they're still discussing it now with Jason Polikoff, the head coach for the Quakers, and Bluffton will have the basketball to begin play here in overtime. So, Beavers have a chance to get on the board first in the 5 extra minutes of play here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Elkert with the basketball, gets the screen by Wentling. Good defense for the Quakers. Entry pass, Wentling. He'll take it up strong and scores. Wentling, the first 2 points in overtime, and Bluffton gets on the board. Bonin with the basketball, Wilson Thomas to Sands. Now it's Sakaleros on the left wing. One dribble. Here's Hutchison out on the high post. Darrell spins to the lane, coming from behind and almost losing it, but the bucket good by Hutchison. Elkert was coming from behind, almost got the steal, and we're tied at 76. Elkert once again at the point. Posting up Wentling down low. Wentling inside, right-hand shot over Sakaleros, and Wentling in overtime gets the first 4 points, and it's a 78-76 game. Quakers basketball. Sakaleros at the left elbow. Wilson Thomas, top of the key. Nice crossover, 17-footer, no good, and the rebound by Wentling. So now the Quakers down by 2. Elkert against Wilson Thomas, gets the screen. Falls down, got rid of it to Wentling. Wentling driving against Darrell, and the layup good. And they're going to take it at Darrell if they can get him out of there. Still has 4 fouls. All 6 points scored by Jared Wentling here in overtime, and the Quakers down by 4. Screen for Bonin. Bonin driving down the lane, feeds off to Hutchison, and the layup good, and Darrell gets on the board here in overtime. 80-78. Here's Kevin Christie now. He'll take the place of Elkert out front. Christie will turn. Wentling on the high post. Here's a 3 on the way. Short by Elkert. Rebound Hutchison. And the Quakers have a chance to tie once again. 2:34 to go in overtime. Quakers, again, a very young basketball team learning how to play in overtime here tonight, but tipped from behind by Christie. Quakers turn it over. 3-on-1 break the other way. Missing the layup. They get Sands for the foul against Kevin Christie. Sands can't believe it. He just fouled out of the ball game. He thought he had a clean block of Kevin Christie. And Christie will go to the line for 2. So now Sands is out. He will finish the night with 9. We will get Christie at the free throw line just as soon as they replace Nick Sands. It'll be Kamari Hunter. But here's some big free throws here for Kevin Christie. Christie 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 2:19 remaining. Free throw on the way and no good. So Christie back in for number 2, trying to make it a 3-point game. And he gets the second. 81-78. Overtime here at Earlham College. Bonin across the timeline. Let's see if they'll go back down inside and try to get it to Darrell. Bonin fires a 3, missed it, and the rebound Rhodey. Boy, that was a quick one. I'm not sure if that's what Jason Polikoff was looking for. 1:59 to go in this one. Elkert with a basketball. They'll go inside. Here's Wentling. Wentling, the kick out, and now sets the screen. The drive, and almost getting the shot is Elkert. And the Beavers go to the line. By the way, they were going to go right at Darrell Hutchison to try to get him out of the ball game. So Elkert at the line. And another 2-shot foul. That foul called on Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Quakers now down 82-78. 1:46 remaining. Elkert's second free throw's good. He got both free throws, 4-4 from the line. And now Earlham needs a bucket right here. Hunter across the timeline, off to Bonin. They'll set the screen on the left. They'll feed it underneath to Hutchison. Hutchison, shot fake, got the defenders in the air, lays it in. And the Quakers down by 3 with 90 seconds remaining. Elkert across the 10-second line will now give it up to Kevin Christie. Christie gets the screen from Wentling. Christie's guarded there. That's a mismatch, at least from a speed standpoint. Out front against Hutchison, and a foul underneath. That'll go against Blake Bonin. Bonin picked up his third. So back to the free throw line here, Jared Wentling. He hit the first 3 baskets of the overtime period for Bluffton. Free throws on the way and good, and now they're hitting the free throws. Back to a 2-possession game with 1:16 remaining in overtime, 84-80. Second free throw is short, but it went in. So back to a 5-point lead. Bonin will let that one roll a little bit, get at least a head start right here against Kevin Christie. Good denial out front there by Wentling. Here's Wilson-Thomas. Elijah, nothing there. We'll give it off now to Sakaleros. Quakers losing some valuable time right here. Hutchison on the baseline turns and scores. 6 points in the overtime now by Daryl Hutchison. 21 points by Daryl, matching his career high. 51 seconds remaining. 20 in the shot clock. And it's a 3-point ball game. Elkert will give it off now to Rohde. Rohde guarded by Wilson-Thomas. Rohde clearing everyone out. Rohde back off to Elkert. Elkert from 16, no. Ball tipped in the air, and coming up with it is Max Beatus. He'll get the rebound and a fresh 30. There's only about 9/10 of a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, and the Quakers have to foul. What a rebound there by Max Beatus. The one thing that is the Achilles heel so far for the Quakers this year is rebounding. Elkert back to the line for 2, and he missed that one way short. Sanborn back in. Hunter will sit down. This will give the Quakers an extra 3-point shooter. Second free throw is good. But the Quakers down by 2 possessions now with 22.7 remaining. Shot clock is off. Quakers need 2 quickly. Sanborn reversing it out of Hutchison. Hutchison at the left elbow. Elijah Thomas straight away. Elijah driving and will get fouled at 11.8. El Dasugi will come back in. But now some big free throws right here again for Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Quakers will have to foul immediately if they can't get a steal. Free throw is good. They'll try to get the steal off the inbound, and so a timeout on the floor. 11.8 remaining in overtime. Quakers down by 3.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
86-83, 11.8 seconds remaining. And the Quakers hit the free throw, deny the inbound. If the ball is inbounded, then what you have to do, you have to foul immediately and send Bluffton to the free throw line. hope that they will miss. And again, you're looking at a two-shot situation because of the double fouls. Boy, both these teams shooting well tonight. Bluffton 52%, the Quakers 51%. Both teams shooting well from three. Bluffton at 39, Quakers at 35. Both teams shooting well at the line. Quakers at 79%, 72% for Bluffton. Elijah with 26 points and a free throw on the way good. So he gets another one, 27. The inbound, and there's your foul. Again, if you can't get the steal, you got to foul immediately and still leave you time on the clock. Now you're hoping that Austin Rohde will miss one of these two or both and give yourself a chance here to at least tie or win the game with a three. If he hits them both, you're back down by 2 possessions. There's your first one. That's the pressure one right there. Because Rohde knows now at least you can't lose on a three. Stallings in, Hunter is in. El Dasugi comes out, and Sacaleros coming out. Rohde's second. And he got them both. Those are 2 huge free throws. And it's back to a 4-point ball game. Elijah driving and missed the layup. Ball tipped around. 3.5 remaining. It will remain Quaker basketball. But they've got to get a quick shot right here. And they're going to need at least, they got to get a three at some point. Elijah off the screen in the corner for three. Got it! 1.4 to go and wide open at the other end, but Hunter knocks it out of bounds and it's over. And Earlham will lose a heartbreaker here tonight as they lose in overtime by a final of 88-87. And boy, I tell you what a shot by Elijah there to end it for the Quakers, but they lose it here this evening by 1. We'll come back and wrap things up from the Athletics and Wellness Center right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Well, tough one here tonight. Quakers lose it 88-87, and Earlham now 3-4 overall. They're 0-2 in the HCAC. Bluffton now 6-1 overall. They are 1-1 in conference play. Here are the final team numbers. First off, for Bluffton, 29 of 56, good enough for 52% from three-point range. They were 7 of 18 for 39% from the line, 23 of 31. Good enough for 74%. They finished with 30 rebounds, 16 assists, 2 blocks, 10 steals, and they finished with 16 points off their bench. Of course, the Quakers dominating that number thanks to Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Quakers shot 51%. They were 30 of 59. They were 7 of 18 from three-point range, good enough for 39%, 20-25 from the line, 80%, 14 turnovers. By the way, they had Bluffton for 11 turnovers. Quakers with 32 rebounds, 13 assists, a block, 3 steals, and they finished with 42 bench points in this one here tonight. Jared Wentling led Bluffton with 27. Austin Rohde with 19, and Trey Elkert with 16. Quakers led by Elijah Wilson-Thomas with 30. He was 8 of 14, 5 of 7 from three-point range. Again, 30 points. Daryl Hutchison had 21. Blake Bonin with 11. Nick Sands with 9. Kenneth Stallings with 7. Hunter, Sanborn, Topolovich, Sakaleros all with 2 points. And El Dasugi finished with 1 point. So the Quakers will try to rebound, and they will head again to Franklin coming up on Saturday. That's a 3 o'clock start time. Time to name the Subway Sub of the game. And, boy, I tell you what, this guy's going to win both awards here tonight, as Elijah coming off the bench scoring 30 points. So he is our Subway Sub of the game. And as far as the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Player of the game, you have to give that to Elijah Wilson-Thomas as well with his 30 points here tonight. So an all-around great night for Elijah Wilson-Thomas. I'm sure he'll be in consideration for the HCAC Player of the Week, depending on how that turns out for the Quakers on Friday. So again, Earlham on the road at Franklin Saturday. We'll be back here again at the Athletics and Wellness Center on Saturday, December 17th. That'll be a Manchester team coming in, the Spartans, for a 4 o'clock game, and we'll have it for you right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. But again, your final score in overtime here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Your final, Bluffton 88, Earlham 87 in overtime. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Men's Basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.